I think scientists hold some responsibility for the current uncertainties in the public and citizens about what the truth is. The scientific method is always very cautious, and we say these are the advantages, these are the disadvantages, this is what it might mean, this is what it could be. And that's a very confusing and complicated message for a citizen to understand who has very little time, who has to earn a living and look after their family. Really, they want what is the answer. And we, I think, need to commit ourselves more, understanding that there are a lot of limits about our knowledge, but based on what we know right now, what is the truth? What should be the position? And I think that takes scientists out of their comfort zone, because we're used to always finishing by saying, but we need more studies to understand this better.
We got into this competition for clicks, for page impressions, without thinking about the effects. But I think it's not journalists and media companies are only to blame. There are, of course, social media and the education system, because people are coming out from schools without being media literate. And I think we should put a strong emphasis on educating people to be able to understand written texts and to be able to select and notice if something is not right and that doesn't seem to be truth.
To engage much more with decent and proper journalism, to help them to check facts and to, let's say, to put the message and the findings of scientists and of science in a way that the public can easily understand it. I think we need to be much more aggressive in actively, proactively, intensively disseminate correct scientific information that is understandable to the public at the same level of frequency as fake news are being spread out. We should also maybe engage more with journalists from a policy-making perspective to spend more funds and resources in debunking myths. Myths about science, myths about vaccinations, misinformation about vaccinations.
Some media, some journalists pay too much attention to quite spectacular messages. Experts who say spectacular claims, hard claims, and that they don't don't look for the nuanced, the grey journalism, the middle, the well-researched message. You should always take into account the complexity behind scientific stories.
We have some of very specialized search machines, and we know that Google maybe can only present 1% of the knowledge which is around the world. So how to fill the other 99%? We have DuckDuckGo and a lot of other possibilities. I think European platforms like Wire and others are quite important to be scaled up. And the key question is, what can we do in European Union to scale up projects which are there, which are working, which are trusted, where we have also a 4I principle, where third parties give the consumers a guarantee that the content is really checked, it's peer reviewed, and that we can build up trust systems. And I think that's the strength of European Union, that we are proud of our privacy, and on the other hand that we want to be as transparent as possible.